Hi, violin lovers. Today, I want to talk about how important the left hand shape to hold the violin. For who's having a hard time to drop fingers, four fingers, including first finger all the way to the pinky, especially lots of people are having a hard time with pinkies when they reshape their hand to help fingertip strength also related to, and also for a beginner, very beginner, when they learn how to hold the violin, drop fingers. So I recommend this. First of all, we have to remember the goal. The ultimate goal has to give a fingertip strength. So finger works well with flexibility. Of course, the very first thing, how to put the violin on your shoulder, is important. But remember, when you hold a violin, the left shoulder has to be free. So what I ask for very beginners when I teach how to hold the violin for my student, high five here, and high five over the back right there, so that make sure your left shoulder is free. Actually, both shoulder. If you want to check out how to hold a violin, I have video how to hold a violin, so you can check it out how I teach hold a violin. And then make sure index finger, this knuckle, and then thumb touch the violin neck, and then make sure your hand is in the about middle of the violin neck, not too low, not too high, in the middle. And then our ultimate goal is fingertips is nicely curvy so that the pressure can go all the way towards the fingertip for all four finger. To do that, elbow has to be the right position. And also work on with the one string. Then you will see each string has to move with the elbow. Let's say if it's the D string, make sure four fingertips touching nicely slightly. You don't have to work on dropping finger, not yet. Fingertips slightly touch the string, and then make sure finger tip carry on the pressure by shape, curvy shape, four fingers. The best thing to do is make sure touch only one string. So easy to touch other string, but that doesn't help when you start to learn the double stop. So learn from the very beginning touching only one string. So you see, I don't know, you can see that well. So you see, it's barely, but string is passing underneath my finger arch. To do that, your wrist has to be straight all the way from the elbow to the finger knuckle, so that finger gets support. And I recommend first finger back a little bit. Okay. So here's important point that I wanna address. When you learn first finger and then second finger, third finger, pinky, then we kind of lose the balance towards the pinky. So our goal is set up shape first. So slightly touch string, single string with all four fingertip, and then off, learn first finger dropping from there. The best thing, you can work on pinky. But if you're a really very beginner who doesn't have a finger strength yet, just make sure while you're dropping first finger, make sure pinky tip looking at the string, same string too. First finger, also second finger, third finger, and then pinky. And then when I teach dropping pinky tip, I recommend to drop third finger together. And then don't forget to drop your finger by knuckle. Make sure don't use the wrist or hand strength. All about the finger, finger, finger. Mobile sense. So today I just wanted to address quickly about shaping the left hand to hold the violin neck, and then how we can support fingers by arm, which is connected to how to hold the violin, and nice hand shape, which is relaxed but nice straight, not like tension straight, nicely, beautifully straight, and then finger can be free. Once your all four fingers get the balance out over the, which is straight string, then the finger can be really free. Why this is so important? Because science fact, surface relation to pressure. I explain this for fun to my students a lot. Like, for example, there's a thief who steal my important stuff, and then I was wearing high heel and I run and I kick the thief's butt. When I wear high heel or versus sports shoes, basketball shoes, high heel versus basketball shoes, which one is hurting? My power is the same. My power to kick the butt, thief's butt, is exactly same. Then high heel or basketball shoes, which one is hurting? Of course, high heel. When I kick the butt with the high heel, so hurting, right? So this is the relation between surface and pressure. When the surface is narrow, more pressure. And then when the surface is wide, less pressure. So we want to give a nice, carry on the nice natural pressure onto the string. My fingertip, if I drop like this is not quite strong. But if I do this, nice straight, and then nice finger shape, if the string is not over here or somewhere here, then we want to move elbow. So always fingers get support from whole arm and elbow and nice hand shape. Once you do that, finger can carry on nice pressure without actual pressure. That is very natural pressure, which is, I would say, effortless pressure. So get used to that angle and shape. Then once you get used to it, later on, so easy to drop. You don't have to press too hard, and then that prevents getting tension for whole body. You know, even the finger, if you start to get the tension even little small part, whole body get involved, which is our body's instinct. We want to help our body, even little part. So, but our goal is not getting involved whole body. Let the little part work naturally so that our body and our mind can focus on the music. So this is a little tip about how left hand fingers help each other to play the violin in playing. So I hope that helps. See you again soon.